Hey folks, I'm back with another track guide. Today I am at Oulton Park Island layout in the Formula Ford. It's going to be a great week of racing here this week, I reckon. If you like the video, please do give it a like. If you want to see more of this kind of thing, please do subscribe and hit that little bell. And if you want to help power my practice laps for next week's guides, then please do consider buying me a coffee. There's a link in the description below. Don't forget to let me know how you're getting on in the comments, and best of luck. See you next time. Cheers. Okay guys, here we go with my breakdown of the 1 minute 28.515 here at Oulton Park Island. Weather conditions are as you'll be racing them this week, and I haven't changed the brake bias in the car. It's all a bang on. So as we come down to turn 1, we've got this Jordan Bikes poster on the left. That is what we're going to use as our braking marker. We're braking just as we're about to pass it. And we're going to brake in a straight line just down to third gear. And we're only going to brake for a very brief period, but we're going to trail in with the brake. So just watch the shape on the brake and see how we're taking this. And we're turning in just at the end of the green wall and picking up the throttle before we reach the curb. The sooner you can get on the gas there, the better. It's quite a surprisingly long run down here to the next corner. We got this little dog leg, so we want to approach it from the left-hand side of the track to the right. And then as we approach turn 3, there's a little dip in the road ahead, and I'm going to start my braking before that dip. And then again, we've got a long trail in. Now, as we're trailing in on this corner, the track's falling away. The rear wheels on the car want to brake out. So we need to have a little bit of trail brake, but not too much. So initial braking done, and then we're trailing that brake in all the way in, and we're on the gas just before we hit the curb, and we're in line with that other alternate layout straight ahead of us. Got to be really careful with this exit curb here. You can get on the red and white exit curb. If you go too far there, it's a 1X. It's very, very unforgiving. So we're down this section of straight, and just as the second set of tyre marks on the track start, so just ahead of us right here, this is our braking marker. It's actually really quite hard to spot in some conditions, and there's not a lot else to go on, but we're going to brake super, super heavily. And we're going to get ourselves down to first gear. And then as soon as we reach the end, in fact, you can see the tyre marks actually start to turn at this point. And just as those tyre marks cross the white line and turn in, that is our turning in point. And we want to be really nice and tight at this point on the curb. We don't want to be tighter before then. This is as tight as we want to get it. And this is when we want to be getting back on the power. And it's going to throw us out quite wide. We can come out this wide. You can even get half a wheel on the grass on this little section here. But you got to be a little bit careful. It's all about timing there. So we're coming down to the dreaded tyre stack chicanes. And we are looking for the gap between the 100 and the 50 board. And we're going to brake super heavily, but we're only going to go down to second. So we want to carry some speed through here. And we want to get dangerously close to the end of the curb, right on that tyre stack there. And we do this so that we can free up the left-hander, really widen it up for ourselves. We had a spurt of gas there. We need to let the car then even out, grip up again so that we can really toss into the left and then build up the throttle once again. Now for this right-hander, we need to have an early release on the accelerator. So I'm releasing right at the point where I actually want to start steering. And then I'm back into the gas again. That early application of throttle coming out of that corner is really going to help us carry a good amount of speed down this quite long straight section here. So we keep it ever to the left to create the shortest track, but we go out to the right here so that we can really get ourselves nice and straight, ready for this fast sweeper. And as the track straightens up, we're going to brake for a brief period, come down to third gear, and again do a little bit of trail braking just as we approach the inside curb. But at this point, we really want to be back on the accelerator again. The car's going to grip, it's going to hold. You just got to trust it and get your foot down. We actually could have carried a little bit more speed around there. We came out quite shallow, but it was a good lap overall. So this is the one that I picked for the track guide. So after the right hand arrow here, we've got some tyre marks, or some dirt marks on the track in front of us here. Just as I'm about to hit those, I'm braking heavily in a straight line, keeping the car on the outside of the track. We're going to come down to second gear. This is full threshold braking, so right as deep into the brakes as you can possibly get. And then we're down to second, and as we're releasing that brake, we're turning the car in very gently. But look how early we're on the gas. We're on it before we've hit the curb. And what we're looking to do is exit this corner right off the end of the curb. And that is our perfect exit. I know right now that I can put my foot down, keep it pinned, and I'll make the exit. And that's what we're looking for. So good early throttle application there means that we're going to have a good head of steam coming around the final corner. And that concludes my 1 minute 28.515 here at Oulton Park Island layout. I do like this layout. It's there is that one challenging corner that really doesn't have much of a useful braking marker. But if you can get your head around that corner, then you're home and dry here, because it's a fantastic little drive, and I think we're going to have great racing here this week. Best of luck to you folks. Please do give it a like, please do subscribe and hit that little bell for more of this kind of content. I'm streaming live this week a couple of times, so please do try and come along and tune in. Have a great week. Let us know how you're getting on in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.